Hey, we're on our final night here of High and Low Nashville New Year's, spending the whole weekend here in Nashville, Tennessee, just ministering the gospel and doing what we do in High and Low, and just letting the Lord do amazing things in our lives as well. And so we just want to do kind of a video testimony of one of the days of ministry here in the downtown, right over in this area where we're by. We're right next to the Nissan Stadium and the Broadway, which is like the main like the heart of Nashville. Basically, it's like the Hollywood of Nashville, with a touch of twang. So a little story, if I can try to remember. I always tell people I have a hard time remembering, retelling things, but on day 2 it was New Year's Eve, and we came down to the Broadway area where we are now, and first encounter we had, met this guy Chris, who was selling rap CDs, and I just started talking to him. He kind of just stepped into it himself, of encountering Jesus. And while we were just talking to him, I was hesitant. I wasn't going to buy a CD. I was open to it if I felt like I should for some reason, but I wasn't going to. And so I just started talking to him, and I just knew there was something different about it. I could see it in his appearance, and I just said to him, I was like, "You know Jesus, don't you?" And I asked him, "Do you know Jesus?" And he said, "Yes, I do." And I was like, I could tell, I knew that, and it just encouraged him, and we got to just encourage him and share the Lord's heart for him, and how he's on his mind, that sort of goodness from God, and he just lit up and smiled, and he said that was better than selling a CD or anything like that. And I said, "Tell you what, I'll go ahead and buy a CD from you, man." And that really was a blessing to him as well. So that was really cool. His name was Chris. And then right after that, we came around to a corner to a bunch of a little crew of people here in the downtown, and there was actually some Baptist street evangelists that were like handing out cards with gospel information on and stuff, which is cool. I'm not against that at all. It's not our way of ministering, but it's still cool. In that area, they were doing that. We got to talk to them and such. And Jesse met a guy named Joe. He ended not Joe, Josh. Sorry. See, I'm bad at retelling stories. I avoid doing it, but when it's good stuff from God, I've got to. So he met this guy named Josh, who he went somewhere with. He showed him how to get somewhere. You gonna take over?
Yeah. I just started talking to him because it seemed like I saw his face somewhere, and so I went up and asked one of his buddies that was standing over there if they knew where to get some chewing tobacco. And he come up and he's like, "Yeah, I'll show you." And he actually ended up asking me about the fish hook on my hat, because I guess he lost his, and I was going to give him mine. I ended up giving him mine, and he led me up to the store and was talking to him. And we got back and kind of got lost with Jonah for a little bit. And
we didn't know he disappeared and went off, so Chris and I just kept on going on. We were like, "Oh, we'll find him somehow, I guess," even though he didn't have his phone available to be used. But so during that time, we got to encounter some more people, minister to some people, which is cool. And then when we got back to that area, have we run out of time? 6 seconds?
45
seconds. Okay, well, we'll continue and do a second part. And we went back to that area and found him. And at this point, the Baptist preachers, they actually had like a microphone and an amp, and they were preaching out loud to people. And there was this guy who he knew he was a buddy of this guy Josh that Jesse had already met and talked to and everything. And this guy was he was like freaking out, and like, because he came all the way from Vegas. Took him 3 months to get from Vegas to here, and he was just like saying, "I can't get away from God. Like, he's hunting me down. I've been running from him and all this." And I will continue what I'm about to say on part 2.